And welcome back here to Versus Live, where Todd and I are awake. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Already running hotter.
Cutting that time short. Okay, Taylor's asleep, though. Sorry. Taylor!
Hey.
What's up?
Preview card. Hey.
Preview card.
You want to hear about...
Hot and fresh out the kitchen?
Hot and fresh out the kitchen. All right. Urza, Lord High Artificer.
Lord High Artificer.
Yep.
2 blue.
Legendary creature, human artificer. That might matter.
It's a creature? It's not a planeswalker?
It is a creature. When Urza, Lord High Artificer, enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 colors construct artifact creature token with this creature gets +1/+1 for each card effect you control. So kind of like Karnstruct.
He's making a construct, yeah.
Yep.
Because he's making Karn, I think.
5 generic. Shuffle your library, then exile the top card. Until end of turn, you may play that card without playing the mana cost.
It's Temporal Aperture. That's awesome. It makes a Karn, and it's a Temporal Aperture.
Burr, burr, burr. It makes a Matthias.
How big is it?
Right, but he's creating Karn. That's the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
mind blown.
Because he's not a planeswalker yet. He's still just an artificer.
It's a 2/4?
It is 1/4.
1/4.
I forgot.
So
the
it's a
power.
4-mana 1/4, creates a Karnstruct, which is Karn, and then spend 5 to make a Temporal Aperture activation. That's awesome. I don't care if it's good. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's not good.
What am I forgetting? I'm
So
reading the
expensive.
No, for
card.
4 mana, you get a body and a Karnstruct.
Oh, crap. I'm sorry. I missed a very important ability. Tap an untapped artifact you control, add a blue.
That's really important, Taylor.
I'm sorry.
Barry in the
I'm
lead
sorry,
there.
Woo!
We were about to go a whole video.
That's quite the lead to Barry, because that's the most important part of the card. It's got to be like any way to generate lots of mana, and you get to use the Karn immediately for mana too, the Construct, because it's tap an untapped artifact. So summoning sickness doesn't matter. Cool if you have like
sick.
Tap 5 artifacts to Temporal Aperture, which is pretty sweet. Works really well with Psi, Master Thopterist.
Just put that omniscience on the field.
does work well with Psi Master Thopterist.
Sure does.
You can just start chaining artifacts.
Director Dan says 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100. Best card. We're too classy to actually have the sound right.
That's a cool build around card. So I'm interested.
The gears are a turning.
Yeah.
For anyone, not to cross promote, but that was spoiled by previewed by the Command Zone. Saw it on the video.
Oh, cool. All right, so getting to match 2 now that we've got that out the way. What in the world? You're on the play because I won the first match.
That is true.
Okay, how's your opener?
This is going to be Kenta Hiroki's Esper midrange deck we're putting up against it next. Kenta's list is a little bit heavy on creature removal. We have 4 copies of Tyrant Scorn. Not going to be great in this matchup, but also 4 copies of Bellhaunt. I'm interested in how good that is going to be here. I'm not sure, like the marginal value is not good, but just an extra body might be necessary for pressuring planeswalkers. I do know that this hand is not good, since there's 1 land and a bunch of 3 and 4 mana cards.
Well, I'm going 6-2, so...
So we can take some more questions, is what?
Hell yeah.
Everyone's just freaking out and yelling at me. Which is fair. Someone asking about a card that's been previewed forever. No, it's been spoiled forever, but do you guys think Cabal Therapist will make a significant splash?
No. I think the card is very slow, doesn't really do what Cabal Therapy does. In that, like, Therapy is a very cheap, efficient way of exchanging resources, and Therapist is a very slow, plodding way of doing it, unless you do it repeatedly. And it is also just, 1 mana 1/1 is so vulnerable. You just need so much to go right for that card to work, whereas for Cabal Therapy to work, you just need creatures.
Bless you. Okay, keeping my mediocre 6. You draw like 3 lanes in a row. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I think it's a weird one. The fact that it's like a delay, where you can't just like cast it and sack it immediately, kind of bugs me. But I don't know how I would change it if I was trying to make it different or better. I really just wish they had put Cabal Therapy in personally, but
yeah,
I think that would have been too good for Dredge.
It would have been tough to fit, but it would have made it. Oh, yeah, tough to fit. You would have had
It's
to.
like you would just be a bridge from below deck.
Yeah, so you'd have to redesign the deck, but you
Yeah.
would do that.
Yes, you would absolutely, and it would be way better.
It wouldn't be that hard.
Well, I am scrying to the top because I need another land.
All right,
What did you do with your scry?
bottomed.
That's good.
I
Godless
need
Shrine.
more lands. All right, I'm gonna shock. Here we go. 18.
I'm gonna play a Halloween and pass.
I'm gonna cast Nopt.
Lucky.
Keep that one. Draw. Glacier Fortress. Your turn.
Got a spell pierce for my Teferi.
No.
That's good. I'll. Do I plus it? I'll plus it.
Okay.
There's no reason for me to draw a card. I don't think it's leaving the battlefield.
Definitely no reason for you to draw a card that turn. Definitely zero actual reason to draw a card that turn.
We found it.
Your turn. I'm at 20 or 19.
19.
Definitely no reason to draw a card that turn.
Okay. Well, why don't you discard one of those cards?
Ah, no crap.
Ay, Dios
Darn.
mío.
Okay.
Keep plusing this. I'm at 23, and you can go.
All right. Well, Narset is very likely dead. Oh no, it's not. I'm an idiot. Whatever. So we're just gonna go ahead and max value. Skip to Fairy, Time Raveler, and mine look a lot better than yours right now. And I'll go ahead and play it. And we'll hold up red blue in case we draw shock. There's I don't know whatever. Gain 2 life. Go to 21. Bounce your thing. Draw a card. Your turn.
Okay. Let's continue trying to pressure some planeswalkers. I'm going to go to 26. We'll plus this too.
Okay.
You can go.
Draw.
This is where you Sarkin and kill my Teferi.
Yeah, 19, and I'll Sarkin stay back up at 21. Plus this. Kill this. Your turn. Tell me, man, this is what Zan was doing to everybody. Deck looked insane at all
What are you at,
times.
Ross?
I'm
Ross
at
is still at
26.
26.
Okay.
The Silica
fair.
Belly.
Yeah.
26, and I'm at 21 still from my interplaners because I shocked and then gained 2.
Got it.
So attack the Narset, play a Teferi, and tuck this. You're up.
Plus Sarkin killed Fairy. Actually, that's just not that good. Hold on. This is definitely in plus.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna Karn, actually. And if I tick down, I'm gonna tick up.
You get a land.
All right. So I already ticked this up. I'm gonna shock your hero, play this land. So you go. Then this is gonna die, but I think that's okay. So we just have the Karn going.
Will indeed die. Let's play a land and play Liliana and plus it. Make a zombie. You can go.
Yep. Draw. I will. Since I already have a Sarkin, I'm just gonna plus the Karn. Keep the loyalty high-ish.
Should you be at 21 or 23?
23.
I will give you a Sarkin.
Alright, so he can only attack either Planeswalker for 5, so this should be good. We'll play this, gain 2 life, tick up, and attack Lily for... I'm at 25 now.
25.
Attack Lily for 4.
Lily to 3.
Land, go.
Yeah, number's not really working out in my favor here. Nor... You have 3 in hand?
Yep.
Well, we're definitely making a zombie. And I think I want to attack the Karn. Since the Karn represents another Sarkin anyway. So we'll deal with that. Play a land best.
Alright, untap. I'm going to start... Before I I don't want to expose my creatures to creature removal, so we're gonna play a Teferi Time Raveler.
Ooh, that's
Resolves.
Gain 2 life.
27.
Now we're going to, or I should probably, I'm gonna do this. Sorry. I'm gonna cast Saheeli first.
You're 27.
Okay. So it's a 5, and then I'll cast Teferi.
You're 29.
Okay. So this is a 4, Saheeli's a 5.
You have a servo.
I do have servo. That's why I did that. I will tick up Sarkin, and I will for you and for Lily.
I'm at 22.
Then I will minus to bounce a Justin token, and I will say go.
pretty good turn there.
Not bad.
I will play a Teferi.
Time Raveler? Sure.
I will bounce your servo token.
Yep.
I
It's
will deal with your things. Then I will play a Thief of Sanity
Okay.
and pass the turn. Still not in good shape here, but that was a reasonable turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to
Fairy was a very good draw.
Clarion. Make a token, but it's going to die. Let's tick Sarkin up. Killed Fairy.
Yeah, in combat, I'll destroy this.
Oh yeah, I forgot this was a creature now. I messed up. Oh well. It's kind of what I was trying to prevent last turn.
Okay. I lose my Teferi, but now I've dealt with the Saheeli.
And I'm going to just tick up because our Sarkin's really high already, so.
You can have the land, seeing as Mox Amber is just better than it.
Your turn.
These are both now under the Karn, so
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
that's pretty relevant.
Like that card.
Hold on. God, I haven't. Yeah, let's deal with the Karn because it still represents another Sarkin. You can have a Spell Pierce.
Haha.
Okay. Let's make a dragon. So this goes up to 5. And pass turn.
Come on, Fairy. Or Glacial Fortress. You're up. You can have not Beacon.
Let's make a dragon. Gain a bunch
3.
more life.
You're 32.
Mox Amber, make servo. Here we go.
Do I want to attack for 4? Seems
sure.
like a
I'll attack
pretty free attack.
for 4.
I'm at 18.
Go. Too much, man. There's too many things. Nice
It's
one.
the untapped dragon.
Nice one. Jump off.
Attack your Sarkin. You can go. I've successfully stayed alive.
Localized district. Just keep ticking Karn up, I guess. These two.
You can have Saheeli.
Pick this up. 8 for 12.
I am at 6.
Go. Okay, game over. Yeah, Planeswalkers, we did it. That is what I like to call a brute force tactic, where I literally just played more Planeswalkers than Ross played spells.
I think that was true.
Yeah.
Basilica Bellhaunt did not seem like enough.
Nah, you really need like something that costs 2 or 3. Like even Thief of Sanity's not that good against this deck because you're you really want something that has like 3 or 4 power on 3 mana, and Esper colors don't really give you a whole lot of options in that vein.
It also dies to shock, like a huge tempo loss.
One card I've actually seen starting to crop up a lot is Nightveil Predator, just because it has hexproof, and 3 is kind of the sweet spot on a lot of the planeswalkers after they tick up once or tick down once. So I don't know if that's a Brian Gottlieb thing, but I saw him tweeting about that yesterday. Although it is not good against Deafening Clarion. Just keep that in mind. And a lot of these decks are playing 3 or 4.
Yeah, but at least forcing the Clarion when I'm playing a bunch
Do you
of
want to do
spells.
post board now, or
Let's play one more free.
Okay. Any questions while we're shuffling?
So, not really.
Perfect.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, there is one. Do you think Mono Blue could make a comeback as a counter to the Jeskai list?
I do. I think Mono Blue is pretty good against this deck. Spell Pierce in general, I think, is pretty good against this deck, especially if you have an aggressive clock.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about the potential for Mono Blue in a world dominated by Teferi and Mono Red.
No, I mean, Teferi Time Raveler is quite good against the deck, but Mono Blue is not that bad against Mono Red, though. We've seen that quite a bit over the last 6 months. I'm good.
It was a lot better when they were playing like main deck Risk Factor and had fewer 1-drops, but once they have 8 1-drops, it gets pretty tough.
They've always had 8 1-drops.
No, there were definitely times when they were down to 4. They weren't playing Firebrand. The deck wasn't very good then.
Just don't remember that world, apparently.
So,
Just making stuff up.
seems like I need to just take the Saheeli. I might consider taking Shock if I had a thief, but I do not. We do not need the Spell Haunt, so let's
Would
bound
you
that.
be thinking that, Todd, that he took Saheeli and maybe because he doesn't have a thief? I had a point.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If he left Saheeli and took Shock, he 100% has Thief, and I just need to use Opt to dig aggressively for a removal spell. So, I mean, in that case, we're actually just bottoming another Shock because he didn't play Hero or Thief on turn 2 or 3. So now we have to be cognizant of Dovin's veto. A lot of these Esper mid decks play like 2 main. So which of these would we rather have counter? And I think the answer is actually the Time Raveler, honestly.
Resolves.
Wow. Okay. I'm just gonna tick up, I think. And if he has Vraska's Contempt, that's fine. I want to save this to bounce one of his creatures potentially.
Hero, you can go.
What are you even doing over there?
Nothing good.
Shock it.
It's dead.
Narset. Take this up, take this down. Oh, we bricked. Tilt. Your turn.
Okay. That is very helpful.
Ah, the old Augur of Bolus.
It's a lot harder to miss on Narset than it is Augur.
Go to 23.
Yep.
You can go. Discarding the Opt is not a good sign for me.
Bounce this. Hey.
I am at 15. Go.
It's pretty good.
Thought erasure you.
2 Narsets and a Karn.
I fold.
Take the Karn.
You win! Good day, sir!
I think that's actually good because it sets us up closer to this, which is a way we can win the game. And I'll despark the Sarkin.
Tilt.
Pass the turn.
Tan and Grace in the chat telling everyone not to sleeve up Mono Blue so he can.
Okay. Sorry. Let's do this. Play another Narset.
You gain 1, go to 21.
Mm-hmm. Now, do I want a Saheeli or a Lightning Strike? I think a Saheeli. And do I have a land? I do not. You're go.
Recast as Bell Haunt.
I will discard
I'm at 18.
an extra Teferi.
I will play a tap Talent Fountain and pass.
Draw. Minus. Let's take Opt.
Okay. I guess that's really good with Saheeli.
Gain life.
You're 22.
Bounce your Bell Hunt.
Awkward. Replay Bell Hunt. I'm at 21.
Mm-hmm.
You can go.
Play not.
Go to servo.
Yeah. I think I keep this.
Tilt.
It's not that good, but might be. Draw. Let's go Narset again. Make
Go to
another
22.
servo. Minus Narset. Dominaria hero. And I don't think I want to play the land in case he has a backup Bell Hunt, and we don't want to attack either, so just tick this up. So go.
I guess that will work. Play a Teferi.
So this means one of my creatures is probably going to die, so I need to Spell Pierce this. Or one of my Planeswalkers going to die. Excuse me.
Yeah, if Todd didn't have a spell there. I think we were in winnable shape.
Yeah, I was trying to save it for Dreadhorde General.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to not pay, so let's do that. And we don't get to draw a card.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So is there any real point in even doing this? I know you have a Teferi in hand.
Yep. The big one.
You're talking about can't draw a card, chat, just because he's already drawn one card, and our set says one
Let's
only.
go.
Yep.
So you could bounce a servo, just couldn't draw the card. Is that correct?
Yes. Alright, so let's go to Fairy, Hero. Let's minus on the Bell Haunt. Make a servo. 3 at your Teferi. Shock your Teferi. Play this tapped. And I'm not going to activate the Narset because I don't want to get hit with a discard spell. Let's say go.
That's a little late.
That's too much, man.
Seems like our best bet. No, does it even? So that Teferi. Ugh. Hey, shock to 19. Play Liliana. Make a zombie.
Okay.
You can go.
Draw for turn. Draw with hero. Let's go bounce the Justin token. Minus on the Narset. Take a shock. Let's go 5 at Lily.
Yep.
Play another Narset. Make a servo. We run out? No, okay, sorry.
Hope not.
I'll gain a life. Take new Narset down. Keep a Sarkin.
23.
Shock the Lily. I don't think there's Wrath in his deck, so I'm just going to go ahead and play Mox Amber. And cast this and make a dragon.
And make another servo.
And make another servo.
And gain a life
And
for
gain a
24.
life. Blurp, blurp. Go. And I'll untap 2 lands. Is that good enough? Or?
That's the dragon.
Gone.
Despark the Teferi.
Gone.
You're up.
Why would you not despark the Sarkin? It's just going to kill you, right?
We'll see.
Fair enough.
Maybe I want the game to be over, Todd.
That's sure.
Yeah, I'm very dead. Okay. I just keep drawing these Tyrant Scorns that do absolutely nothing.
Sure. All right. Well, we're going to take a short break here. We're going to get sideboards put together. Don't go anywhere. Be right back for more Versus Live.
And we're back here with sideboarding for Esper Midrange against Jeskai Superfriends. From my side, game 1 felt virtually unwinnable. Incredibly tough with the way that this version of the of Esper midrange is built.
Yeah.
Tyrant Scorn is horrendous. Mortify doesn't really have any targets. I'm sideboarding in a way where I'm sideboarding against a bunch of planeswalkers, which makes these war bosses out of Todd sideboard really good.
Right.
I don't really think I can afford to leave in other answers. I'm thinking like maybe I want some cries and don't want hostage or not a thief of sanities. But game one felt so bad that I think I have to just try to stop your plan A, and if War Boss runs away with the game, like, so be it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that time and time again this past weekend in Syracuse, where after sideboard, everyone would have stuff like Vraska's Contempts, Elder Spells, and just cut all of their spot removal. And then Zan Syed and Team Lotus Box's Legion War Bosses would just take over the game. And in a lot of respects, it's very similar to how the Thief of Sanities out of Esper Control used to work, where once your opponent has no more spot removal for it, it's insanely good. And in this particular matchup, like, it's kind of a catch-22, because if you leave in a bunch of removal, I might just not draw the war bosses. And if you, don't have any removal, there's a chance it just takes over the game.
Yeah, I've got an Oath of Kaya, I've got a Vraska's Contempt that can kill it, I've got Thought Erasures, I can contain it with my own heroes. So I've got some ways to deal with it, so I'm not cold. Belhaunt can block it pretty effectively. So I'm just going to ignore it as much as I can, I think, because you just can't leave in Tyrant Scorn or Mortify. I think it would have to be Cry, and then you just wouldn't have Thief in your deck. And an Unanswered Thief is definitely one way to just get ahead in this matchup. And we've got a bunch of really good options to answer the Planeswalker part of the plan. The Elder Spell is particularly good here. It's the card that can turn around even the most lopsided board states, especially when I have Big Teferi and Liliana that I can ultimate off of an Elder Spell cast.
Yeah, if you ever get the ultimate, I'm basically dead. So I'm definitely going to try to keep that in mind whenever I'm sequencing. Now, the one thing that we saw the Jeskai players do in this matchup was try to always use their Planeswalkers minuses against in the face of the Elder Spell, because then even if the Elder Spell hit 2 or 3 Planeswalkers, you still left around a dragon or a Karnstruct, or dealt a little more damage with a Saheeli copying one of those 2 creatures. And that kind of dual-sided pressure of creatures and Planeswalkers made it really hard for all of the Esper decks, no matter what they were, to deal with both halves of the deck. And that, when combined with Legion Warboss, sometimes there's just too many actual creatures on the battlefield. You saw that game, the last game, I had 7 or 8 servos in play by the end of the game, and that would have just been insanely hard for Ross to chew through, no matter what cards he had drawn. But so what I'm going to do is a little unconventional, right? Like, you see Prison Realm, feels like this card should come in, but a lot of times this just gets bounced by a Teferi or tucked, and you get the creature back, and then you get an additional activation of your Planeswalker, and I just feel like that's really bad. So I like Prison Realm more against decks that don't have traditional enchantment removal. I like it against mono red. I like it against decks with just like wild growth walkers or big creatures that my red spells might not be able to kill. And then if they get back wild growth walker, who cares? Like it's a lot smaller and a lot more manageable.
Yeah, High-Guard Krasis similar.
Right. And then we're not bringing Dovin's Veto, because I'm actually trying to get the counterspells out of my deck. And this is more of a theory-based thing for me, where I'm trying to be the aggressor. I want to basically present Ross with a threat that he might not be able to deal with every single turn starting on turn 3. And Spell Pierce, it can be good on occasion, but I also am not aware of Ross actually siding out Teferi Time Raveler, so having reactive cards in my deck is actually quite bad. What I'm doing is I'm trying to counteract Ross's plan of being proactive with Hero Precinct 1 and Thief of Sanity by bringing in a little bit more spot removal, and this spot removal also helps me clean up creatures so that I can start attacking with Legion Warboss. So my plan B of Warboss plus spot removal complements the Planeswalker package really well, and I put Ross in a spot where he's not really a great aggressive deck, and he's not really a great control deck, and I'm kind of beating him on both fronts.
Yep. Don't expect things to improve that much here post-board, but
I mean, the Elder Spell is literally probably going to steal a game. As long as we have enough games to play, time-wise, but we'll probably play a couple.
Yeah.
Boo, 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 boo.
Any questions over there, Taylor?
New card alert. Boo, 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 boo.
Breaking, we're coming to you live from New York City, where Spider-Man has a new preview card.
Dateline Dominaria. Collected Conjuring. 2 blue-red. Sorcery.
Love it already.
Yeah.
Love it.
Exile the top 6 cards of your library.
Okay, so it's a great start.
You may cast up to 2 sorcery cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from among them without paying their mana cost. Put the exiled cards not cast that way at the bottom of your library in a random order.
Okay. Is it combined mana cost, or is it two different ones that each cost 3 or less?
Two different ones at 3 or less. It's Collected Company for sorceries.
You may cast up to 2 sorcery cards with converted mana cost.
Collected Company for sorceries. There it is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Collected Conjuring.
That's weird that it's only sorceries, not instant sorcery. Most of those types of cards let you do both.
That's really specific.
Or like
Yeah.
1 instant and 1 sorcery. You might do that.
Well, that was the finale of Promise,
Yeah.
which was also a little weird, I thought, but that card seems awesome. I don't know.
What sorceries are you trying to hit off?
Dude,
Hit Stone Rain, Bolt Rain, nice Tron deck. Like, is that what we're doing here?
Bye.
I think Todd's excited.
we are now.
Dateline, Dominaria.
Are
Todd
you
doesn't want
mulliganing?
anyone
No.
to play any lands.
Shuffling.
I mean, it's modern. Just look for some sorceries. I don't know. This is literally just a Google search
Yeah.
game now.
It's like Finale. It's heinous against a fairy.
All right, chat, you heard that. Google your best sorcery that you'd want to hit. 3 or less.
Okay, this hand's pretty good.
All right, my hand is okay.
Sorry.
I'm actually just really upset about the design of Time Raveler. Not gonna lie. We're actually gonna shock with the Hallowed Fountain because we need to maybe find a removal for a hero.
Okay, well, I'm going to play a Thought Erasure.
Okay, I have plenty of cards that I think he might rather hit. So there you go.
I am going to take the Saheeli, I think. I think Saheeli offers such a unique effect in this deck that it's more important than Narset.
Yeah, it's very good.
Don't need another land, so we'll bin that.
All right, we'll opt. Looking, I guess, for... well, he took Narset... Or sorry, he took Saheeli, and I just found another Saheeli. But I think I actually just want to make sure I can answer a Thief Sand if he plays it next turn. Or I want to like dig for Legion Warboss, which is kind of the same thing as Saheeli, but just a lot faster. All right, here we go.
I'll shock to 18.
Also want more land.
Did you find the shock?
Yeah, we have land, sure. I literally bottomed a Saheeli for it. All right, let's go to 16. I'll go ahead and play a Narset. Top 4. I even brought in more removal. Here we go. And I played Sulphur Falls instead of
That was a very good draw.
tapped Hallowed Fountain.
I'll go to 16 myself.
Okay.
I will play Hero of Precinct 1 and then Thought Erasure you and get a human.
Okay.
I would like to take your... It's either Sarkhan or Karn. I think I'm going to take the Karn. The fact that you have Opt means that it's like kind of likely that you find something to do next turn anyway. But poking a hole in you for this turn, I think, is the... Oh, and you have Narset. You're definitely going to find something to do this turn.
I think you should take one of these.
Yeah, yeah. There's no way I'm poking a hole here, so I'll take the Sarkhan.
Yeah, I like taking Sarkhan because there's a
land.
potential that the 4/4 actually just colds your biggest creature and all the 1/1s. That happened to me a couple times in testing. All right, let's look for an answer to Hero. Okay. My Narset's dying. I don't know. Also, just kind of want to play Karn. Actually, I don't even know if I want this. Like,
Judge.
I could just... So, I could just take Mox Amber, play land, play Teferi, tick up. Like, that sounds insane. I'm just going to do that. I mean, I can probably find another answer to Hero. It might get out of control, though, and that's the problem. Maybe that is just worse than killing it and taking care of it. This is really hard. I'm sorry. All right, I'm just going to play a little slow. Let's just kill it. Play this, tapped, and second.
Jack the Narset.
Dead.
Play Teferi, plus it.
Sure.
Tap 2 lands.
Right, we'll bottom another shock. Draw. Untap. Draw. And I'm almost positive I'm getting hit by a Dovin's Veto here, which is pretty gross. So maybe I actually just play Time Raveler or Karn instead. I mean, I think he took Sarkhan over Teferi with a Teferi in hand because he wanted to do the sequence of play this, cast that. So let's go for Karn.
Resolves.
And I think I'm just going to minus. And I want to like try to leave some stuff behind that can maybe pressure the Teferi. I'll make a Matthias Karnstruct.
Sure.
It's not the best play, but I'm trying to get around Dovin's veto.
It's a good draw. We'll plus this to Fairy.
Yeah.
I think we'll save that for now. I'll play Hero.
Yeah.
I will play Oath of Kaya, trigger Hero, Oath down the Karn.
Do you have the veto?
Play this tapped and untap 2 lands.
Okay.
I guess I should attack for 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, attack for 1 too. So you're at 15.
Okay. It's fair.
Resolves.
Yikes. Screwed that up. Wait, minus on that.
Yep.
Pass turn.
So you're tapped out, so I can... so let's send the 2 1/1s at Teferi and the 2/2 at you.
Yeah, I don't think I want to trade a Matthias for a 1/1, so
Yeah,
we'll take
you at
2.
a 13.
Sure. What are you at?
I'm at 16. I shocked twice. I guess I should have... I was deciding which one to cast. I should have decided which I was going to cast first and done this pre-combat, but...
That's fine. I'm tapped
Yeah,
out.
so I gained 4. I'm at 20.
Sure. Gonna minus on the Thief.
Yeah, and I get a token. And yeah, because I get a token, I think I'll minus on the Thief. That gives me a source of card advantage. Certainly not out of the woods, but I feel pretty good about this game. Yep.
Go. Need another land for a while. The Mox Amber turn, I think, might have just been way better than I was giving it credit for. Getting our Teferi down first while he's tapped out would have been
Let's shoot
huge.
down the Teferi, go to 21.
Yeah, we also don't have Clarin in our deck anymore, so this hero's like actually pretty annoying.
Attack you for 5.
Block 1, go to...
Take 4, go to 9. I gain 5 to 26.
Yeah, I'm dead. Just hurry.
Duress you. I'll take this Healy, I think. I think this Healy can like get you back in the game.
Yep.
And then I'm actually gonna play Bell Haunt and trigger. Go to 29.
Okay.
Pass the turn. You discard a Karn, so I know you have Teferi and
War Boss.
War Boss.
All right, let's coil on the... guess the Bell Haunt, and let's Raveler on the draw.
Did you gain the life off the Kaya's Wrath by chance?
On the Oath of Kaya?
Kaya's Oath.
I think so. I was at... Oh, no, I didn't.
Just gonna concede.
I'm at 30. Yeah, I should be at 32, I guess.
Just concede, and then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm drawing my big Teferi now, so
Yeah.
again.
Now the turn where I had the chance for a Mox Amber, I think I should have just went for that. I think that would have just completely changed the. I would have been super far ahead. He could have went to Fairy Tuck.
Yeah, that would have been my plan.
Yeah, but my hand was stacked, and I would have just like untapped like. Well, I don't know. It would have been a game.
I don't think your hand was very good against active Teferi.
The turn I had played around veto, I just don't think I can. That was just a mistake. Because if he has it, I'm dead no matter what. Like next turn when I go for something, and if he doesn't have it, I'm just like putting myself in a tempo black hole because he gets to draw an extra card with the Teferi or tuck something.
Yeah.
So
that would have been quite the curve. Thought Erasure into Thief, into Hero plus Thought Erasure, into Teferi plus Dovin's Veto.
Yeah. Any questions while we're shuffling up?
Some people shouting out some good sorceries for.
Oh, hit me.
So the Faithless Looting,
Oh, duh.
Ancestral Vision,
That's a nice one.
Restore Balance,
All those are nice. Yeah. I like all the Cascade ones.
Yeah, all those Cascade decks play like no, yeah, they do play Seer. If you play that with the enchantment as foretold deck, does that card just like go really well in that deck?
I
Seems
think
like
so.
it.
Because as foretold, I believe is
Is it-
no, it's enchantment. Never mind.
It's an enchantment.
Yeah, but they play a bunch.
Well,
they play like
you can
Serum
also just
Visions
use it
and
to-
Astral Visions and
Yeah. It's another look at something like a demonic dread as well, right? Like
No, so people are saying Wheel of Fate. Is that modern legal?
yeah,
it's
Okay.
like
part of that same
it's
cycle.
that same. It's like Wheel of Fortune, but the suspend
yeah.
one. Yeah.
It's the red suspend card.
I only know Dredge.
Yeah. There's Restore Balance, Ancestral Visions, Hypergenesis, Living End.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Wheel of
Living
Fate.
End you couldn't get off it because it's 3 or less for the collective.
They all have no, or Living End. They all have 0 convert mana cost because they have no mana cost.
Hey Chad, this is directed to learning about Magic. Welcome to the stream.
So maybe there's some cool things you get. I think in the As Foretold deck that card is probably really good. It's just because they're like a pseudo control deck with a bunch of card advantage. You just pick some sort of sorcery speed removal spell. Well, this is definitely a keep, but oh god.
Is this the every land enters the battlefield tab?
Yep. Our basic is a swamp. Do they have an island too? Our basic is so if our basic is a swamp, then let's play Glacial Fortress first.
Okay. Oh, no Thought Eraser? Tilt.
Oh.
That's got to be a tilt for you. Let's play this and gain a life, and I will just tick up so I can bounce a hero or something if he plays it. Thought Eraser me? Oh, nice. Top deck.
Right on time.
Which one of these you want?
I will.
I'm just guessing. Feel free to do whatever you want.
I will take the Teferi. You are right. And leave that one there. You're up.
That was a good draw.
Oh no.
This is actually weird. I actually have to float a useless mana because I have to make a blue with each of these.
Yeah.
But it's fine. We're going to gain a life, tick this up, tick this
Gain 2
down.
life.
Yeah.
Do you gain a life off Teferi too? So you're 23?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll just take... So what do I lose to here?
This day it says Blightning is a sorcery.
So I don't think I need the backup Narset, so I'll just take a Lightning Strike for now, just in case he plays a creature I need to check. You're up.
Well, my turn is about as bad for Todd as possible. I'll duress the Sarkin and oath the Narset.
Okay.
Still, you're still fine. I'm at
Dude, I thought you were just going to Elder Spell my 2 things and make me discard. That's way worse.
How much do you gain off the oath?
3. So we're both at 23.
Okay.
Wow, my turn just went about as bad for you as possible, and that I drew another Sarkin.
All
Alright, we're going to draw a card and make a dragon.
Ross, how do you feel?
And I gain 2 more, I'm at 25.
Yep.
Your turn. Look, one good turn deserves another. That's what they say, right? Actually, I should just tick that up. That was dumb. Because now I can play like a Bell Haunt, and that's kind of annoying, actually, because I don't want to lose my Teferi. Yep.
I'm at 28. Or, no, you're at 25. I'm at 26.
Right, and you still know...
Lightning Strike, yes. You can go.
Alright, let's tick this up. Attack you for 12.
I'm at 14.
Is that? No, sorry. Attack you for 13.
Yeah, I can't block because of the Lightning Strike.
Yep. Now, second main. Let's bounce the Bell Haunt. Sorry. And pass. Indeed.
Deep in the tank.
Super blush.
How can I win this game?
Starts by casting Basilica Bell Haunt.
Does it?
No.
The narrator's against you on this one.
Well, it starts with killing either of these.
Does it?
If you kill one of them, then yeah, you might have a shot. If you don't kill either of them,
If you have 2 blue
I do have
elemental
mobilized
blasts.
districts.
Oh my god. I think I win this game. I would just play a second land untapped. Too. I just had so many 2s in my hand. I've fallen behind with these heroes that are now bad.
Yeah.
But they like would have been very good if I got to play one early.
Is this a you being mad moment? I feel like you're being real mad.
It's just a frustrating
Don't egg
game.
him on.
He eggs me on all the time.
I missed the mobilized district at first. I thought I could thief plus veto and then like figure out something to do from there, because the thief can block 1 goblin and the rest gets me for exactly 12 and puts me to 1 once I counter the strike. But the mobilized district changes the calculus there, so I believe now I just have to cast this.
All right, so you gain 3 more life. Which is good.
I am at 16.
Okay.
And I will pass the turn.
You gained 3 life, right? You should be at 17. You were at 14. What were you at?
I had myself at 13.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what 13, because you added a
because you
goblin.
added a war boss. Yeah. from
Yeah.
the initial
Oh,
12.
right. Okay. Draw.
Ben Friedman.
So this costs 3 to activate this. Yep. And then trigger make a goblin.
Yep.
Attack. Take this up. Attack. Put a count. Wait. Counter on this, and then before blocks, strike you, shock you. You're dead.
I mean, I was dead to the lightning strike, I guess, even with this line, right? Because this is 13.
Yeah, you know, had it.
That Sarkin. I think even without that Sarkin too, even for just a turn, just to give me some respite to like land the heroes and start getting pressure, I'm okay. But I never had it.
Yeah.
Because I stumbled for a turn and I had 1 turn where I got back up, but then with a top deck, but then you pulled back ahead with a similar top deck.
Yeah, Sarkin's quite powerful. I mean, you see the closing speed of Sarkin there, right? Like we play it, make a dragon, we untap, and then Ross is just dead.
Yeah, even though I gained like 6 life earlier, it was still just irrelevant.
Yeah, 2 Belhans, an Oath of Kaya. You know, the real story is the 3 color mana bases. They have dire consequences, right? Like if you keep a hand that's a couple of the check lands, you know, that's going to be really bad in matchups where you need to curve out. The same with the shock lands, though. If you keep like a hand with like 3 or 4 shock lands against mono red, that's also really bad because you're dealing yourself like at least 4 damage or so in the early turns of the game, and like just to keep up. And that's really just the downside of playing 3 colors in a format where mono red is one of the best decks. And in this particular, it wasn't mono red that was the culprit and that really punished you, but just like a really good curve from the Planeswalker deck.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it last week where the key is just getting that ball rolling down the hill, and as soon as it starts rolling, it's tough to stop, and that was very true. You know, Elder Spell is sort of the card that does stop the ball, almost no matter how big it's gotten. And I wasn't able to find one. I needed to draw one of my direct answers to Planeswalkers, like a D-Spark there, Contempt or Elder Spell would have been great, and that wasn't able to do that to catch up, and you did not give me very much time, and that's the reason that Sarkin is a big addition to this deck. You know, the Azorius Super Friends deck that we tried last week and we saw in Richmond doesn't have the same closing speed without Sarkin.
Yeah.
And so adding the red not only gives you, cheap removal.
Yeah, and that cheap removal, great in the format at being diverse against Planeswalkers, being able to target those when they tick down and get that ability, or just being able to be a really cheap, efficient way to deal with mono red's aggressive starts.
Yep. And so the red doing a lot of work filling in the holes from the initial list, and you saw it at really full strength there.
Yeah, I think so basically if you play red, right, you get the lightning strike, the shocks, the Sarkins, and then if you play
Clarions.
the Clarions, right? Wow, yeah, that's a lot of good stuff. And the Esper versions, like they have very similar builds. Oliver Tomiko actually got second place. He went 2-2 actually against the Jeskai Superfriends deck over the course of the tournament. He was on camera quite a bit because he was winning a lot. And the games where he won were 100% the ones where he cast Elder Spell, and like 0% the ones where he didn't. And that's obviously like a huge factor. Like a card so one-sided in what it does. But there were also games where Zansai had actually played around the Elder Spell, but like I said, where he was always minusing his Karns to make a Karn struck, always minusing his Sarkans to make a 4/4. So that if the Elder Spell ever did come off, the only way that it was going to actually win the game is if it ultimates alongside a Liliana Dreadhorde General or one of those other Planeswalkers that has one of those really powerful ultimates, maybe a Teferi Hero of Dominaria. And without that 1-2 punch, that style of play against the Esper version of the deck, or against basically the Elder Spell decks in general, just gives you a way to apply pressure both creature form and Planeswalker form, and is very often too much for them to handle.
Yep, and it gives you that dual threat. One of the I saw Saheeli on camera doing a lot of good work for this deck. Yeah. Even though it doesn't seem like it'd be great in a deck that doesn't have a lot of cheap spells, though Opt certainly helps.
Yeah, that was the biggest innovation for the deck. John Rolfe had Shock and Lightning Strike, right, and Spell Pierce, but adding the Saheelis and adding the Ops into the deck, cutting Fibblethip, gave you another Planeswalker. B, it gave you a way to generate some 1/1s to actually protect all your Planeswalkers from the cheap attackers. But against the control decks, you just have this 3-mana Planeswalker that, if left unchecked, will eventually just provide you with a lot of pressure to opposing Planeswalkers, as well as just the life total. Like game 2 against this matchup, like just made 7 tokens with 1 Saheeli.
Yep, and we're going to be coming back with a third matchup where it's a Saheeli mirror. I've got it's going to be Izzet Phoenix in the last matchup. This is the deck that I played last weekend, though an updated list of the deck based on things that I learned over 13 rounds of playing Magic, and one of the things I learned was that Saheeli was super impressive.
Yes.
So I had 1 in the main last weekend, 1 on the board. We're up to 2 in the main, 1 on the board. So a third copy of that card, and hopefully, I've added some more cards to help pressure Planeswalkers. I got some War Bosses of my own, some Sarkans of my own.
I actually thought about just main decking War Boss in the deck, honestly.
Yeah.
Like Crackling Drake has not been that impressive for me in the deck, simply because of opposing Narsets just brick the card draw, and opposing Teferi just minus to bounce it just feels really gross. And War Boss has been one of the most impressive cards against these Planeswalker decks for me. So there's potentially a lot of wiggle room in these decks. I'm curious to see where they end up.
Yeah, I think Izzet Phoenix has a strong core right now, and Arclight Phoenix is particularly good in the format.
Yes,
and you just need to find the right, the right build of it, and we haven't done that yet. I think most of there were several close calls with it last weekend. We talked about Daniel Fournier losing his win in. Kevin Jones taking 9th on tiebreakers after beating me in the last round. So we had 3 people that are just a hair's breadth away, and I think all of our lists could certainly be improved given what we learned from last weekend, and probably had lists that were a little bit behind.
Yes.
And the format just changed so much over the previous week that very easy to be behind in that tournament.
Yeah, so. I mean, no one really knew about the Command of the Dreadhorde deck until Wednesday, and it showed up like pretty heavily during the Swiss rounds. I know Jim just barely missed top 8. I think he lost like 2 win-ins or something, 3 win-ins.
It was a rough Sunday for Jimothy. It was a quiet car ride.
Yeah,
back from Syracuse.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a short break here, a 7-minute break, where we're gonna get the next match set up. We got to do some stuff behind the scenes, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for more Versus Live.